Welcome to the last round of the Wessex Lead Crowcross, round 12. Uh, and here we are in, as they say, proper cross conditions because they are harsh. Everyone is absolutely freezing. You see Rob Ditcham jumping up and down on the left, trying to keep warm. Everyone's trying to keep warm. I mean, it's not super freezing. There's Andy Gardy running on the spot. I went for a run, quite a long run beforehand, just to stay warm because the wind. It was a storm on the weekend in the UK, it was it was blowing a gale, and it was raining fairly hard. Miles Thomas on the right in the handstand bike. I think that's Sam Ridgman ahead of me. Sam's going to do a very curious jump in a minute. Sam, is this Sam Ridgman's style? Here we go. I don't know. Do you do that every time? Brilliant. Yeah. Anyway, so last round, everyone is freezing, and we are looking to have some more fun in good seats conditions. There's Mike Warner. Mike, I hope you're going to be better for next season. Although V40s for me, so unless you're joining me there, I won't see you there. I'll just have to cheer you on. Tim Dool turning round, taking off those layers. Everyone's trying to keep things warm until the last minute because it is freezing. I was at the end of the race. I mean, I was fine during the race. I'm always hot, but at the end afterwards, I just got so cold. I haven't done one of these for a while. I've just been so busy. I haven't had a chance to record one. Well, I've recorded them. I've just not done the voiceovers. So I've got two more videos after this. I got nationals at Bradford and nationals at the Cyclo Park Championship. So we're going to be going. Here we go. I get a really good start. Do you know what? I was determined to get a good start. Really was this time more than normal. Normally I'm just happy to pace myself. I think that's Tim Lawn in the new P&E kit. Bruce Gregory in front of me. And look, I'm not dropping back. There's Rich Warner there. Richard Lewis. I can see James ahead. And John Wheeler. John Wheeler went by there. John's had such a good recent run of form, top man. And I thought if I can say, John came past me at Cyclo Park, and he went on to have an amazing race. I think 13th, something like that, in the championships, which is amazing. So I thought if I can stay with John and not get caught up in any crashes, I'm going to be all right. But he's gone. He's not that far ahead, but he has gone ahead. There's Bruce Gregory. There's Jorge. And the first tricky turn. Do you get off and jump, or do you try and ride? I thought when I rode it in practice, so I thought I'd ride it like this. But forget, it changes. The more people ride it, the conditions change it. So I don't know whether it was better to run or ride. I mean, that is something for next season. It's going to be my goal to try and be better at adapting to the conditions. Because I rode that, and I think actually it was the right decision there, because the guy next to me, I'm not sure who it was on, I can't remember what bike is that. It's one of those, Miles Horner was trying to sell one of those, Vitus Evo Energies. Yeah, he was running and he lost time on me. So anyway, I'm in the mix. I had a good start. I really have, not lost much time. Not lost many places, and I'm having a good start. So let's see what happens. So I think someone hit the deck there. Got a feeling that might be Rob Ditcham. Looks like it might be. There he is. Rob hates slippery mud. So yeah, and here he is on the left, struggling. Oh, I bet he's hating that. Trying to get up the hill, he's lost traction, and then once you're on the hill and you're not got momentum, you're going to struggle, aren't you? And you can just lose so much time so quickly. This downhill was pretty sketchy, really, and I didn't really have full confidence. I had a last minute wheel change. Everyone was running four wets. Oh, that's Nicholas Ollie. He must have got a bad start or something, because he's just hammering it through the field. Or maybe he entered the last day and he was was gridded at the back. Yeah, so I was on intermediates, and then everyone was on full wets, full muds. So I thought, you've done this before. You did it at Dalton. You're on intermediates. Everyone was on muds, and you suffered. So I thought, quick switch. So I switched. Thank you. What's his name? Oh man, Jacob's dad, Phil. Phew, that was gonna be embarrassing. I'm behind Tim Lawn, about to drop into the woods. Pressures were okay, but there were some really nasty bumps in the woods. Got past Tim, back on Hallgate's wheel, and dropping down here. As the race went on, this got worse and worse and worse, and it was so much thicker than when we started. All that rainwater. These guys, whoever they are, said go round the tree, and I should have. I didn't quite get what they said, but it was okay. You stayed on this line. I don't know who is that. Who is that? Yeah. Oh, down he goes. 292. Who is that? I'll find out. I'm behind Richard Lewis, of course. The old nemesis, Richard Lewis. I'm not sure that's 292 or 272. If it's 272, it's Jay Tarrant. I can't see a 292 in the list. So I'm going to... Oh, unless it's Montague Flavel for Satonia, DNF'd. It's unfortunate. I hope he didn't get injured. Lot of Satonia riders, of course, as always. And yeah, bouncing through the woods. There were some nasty ruts. Look, Rich takes this much better than me. I struggle. Look, I put a foot down and he's gone. It's those little techniques, things that you got to get better at. I was okay here, but just losing time. The other thing that kind of annoyed me, I lost my Garmin in Bradford, probably in the Bradford Premier Inn. I don't know. I lost it anyway. Bought a new Garmin, haven't set it up, and I always ride. I like to look at my heart rate, and because it tells me how hard are you really working. And I'm in reasonable shape at the moment. Struggling on fitness a little bit end of the season, but my heart rate tells me how hard I'm working, and it obviously can't lie. So but I didn't have the data screen set up with my heart rate, which is so stupid, which meant I was I think I underdid it, because my average heart rate for the race was 165, which is really low for me. 170 is okay, but really it should be 172 and above for a race. So yeah. So I think I could have done better, but there you go. It's all right. I had a decent race, as hopefully you'll see. So I'm just chasing Richard, just trying to go at a good pace, and stay out of trouble. That's been a fairly trouble-free start, crossing the lap there for me, and just chasing Richard. I guess the thing to say is me and Rich are like 5-all in races, something like that. 5-5. I think it was 5-2, and Rich has beaten me for the last 3 times we've been in the same race together. I don't care about the league. It's about whether or not I can stay ahead of Rich. So there was some extra motivation on the line today for both of us, we'll see what happens. So I'm chasing him down, really slippery, lots of mud and slipperiness. Here's a cheeky corner. Well, I don't know how Rich Warner took that line. Look at this. Me and Rich Lewis have gone way out wide. I mean, we maintained a bit of speed, but still, Rich Warner took a lovely line there. Cheeky. John Wheeler pops over there. I told you he's got skills. I won over there. Oh, I love this. Nice. My son Rich was just watching this, and he said to me when he saw that remount, shocking. He needs to touch up on his skills, obviously. That's exactly the sort of thing I would do. These youngsters, they have all the skills. Yeah, they do. This is a cheeky corner. Such a tight corner. So slow going through there. Oh, I mean, that was just rubbish. I mean, maybe that was probably one to run, wasn't it? Probably one to run. Just didn't make the choice. Anyway, you live and learn. It's good to watch it back. So this is the long drag. It's a long drag, and I didn't feel I had a ton of power really. I thought I should have gone faster than I was going, but there you go. Pop past Rich, and I know he's going to stay behind me. He is going to be behind me because he's a fighter. And then I think we're just turning the corner and coming up to the back of the start finish straight. Well, the start straight, but you don't finish there, do you? And I'm just trying to get hold of John Wheeler's wheel. And the really exciting thing there is that guy in blue is Rich Warner, who I hardly ever see. So I'm thinking, it'd be nice to stay on his wheel. There you go. I'm going to say the should word. I should have attacked here. I should have gone onto the pedals and just smashed it up there, no matter what. That's what I should have done. Opportunity lost. I should have done that. There you go. I just paced it uphill, paced it, and I should have attacked and bridged over to John, definitely. But I thought it's early doors. Let's see how it goes. Sometimes it's better to pace it a bit. But as I said, my heart rate average was 165, which is not good. Should be higher. So I just thought I'd sneak in. There. Not a great line, of course, but I just thought it'd be nice. And there's Rich. Rich must have seen me and go, oh, I was just having a good race. I know John's on my wheel. I don't really do much on defending lines. I kind of left it wide open there, and maybe I should defend a bit more. I don't know. I kind of think it's fair play. If he's going to overtake, he should have a chance. Anyway, I don't know. John's gone past me. Rich Warner's just ahead. There's a Tonya rider in front of me. There's Kieran Levy, who was on a mission today. Well done, Kieran. Absolute cracking race. Really good. And Kieran started right at the back. But he's obviously in good shape because he just flew past us. Well done, Kieran. And Kieran is enjoying the World Champs at the moment. Very nice. Watching in Leven in France, a few pirates and Ignite riders going over there to watch the best. Although saying that, of course, bitterly disappointed that Zan Kreese isn't there. Our national elite women's champion watched Zan at the champs, it was what a brilliant win over Kat Ferguson. It was national champ, and she doesn't get selected to go to the World Championships. I mean, that I think is just so wrong. Would have been great to see the British, the national jersey on display, deserved on the World Championship scene. I mean, I bet there aren't many other countries with World Champions in their national league that didn't go to World Championships, and others did. All right, I'll stop talking about that. But yeah, gutted for her. So chasing John here. I didn't do one of this section. This should be a section for me. And this hill, awful hill. I mean, it got worse and worse. I mean, I had strength, but look, and Richard Lewis has gone past me. I've had to stop off the bike. What amount of time I've lost. There goes Rich Warner. He's gone. I think it's Sam Richmond. I lost so much time on that. I needed to absolutely attack that hill, but it was an absolute leg breaker. And now I've lost. Oh, John's gone. Rich is gone. I'm really far behind here, and I'm kind of feeling I'm going backwards here. What's going on? I'm feeling all right, you know. So there you go. The conditions changed. Maybe I had too much pressure in my tyres, but I felt I kind of needed it a bit because that got worse and worse. So tricky. I felt I needed more pressure because of the roots here was really dodgy, and I got really stuck there. I'm not sure if I'm right. I think I might be pushing there. I think I am. Get to a flat bit and then remount here, I think. Really hard to ride. I found it hard to ride as the race went on. It got really sketchy. These technical bits, they you just need to learn how to ride them well. Try to do better on that. Just couldn't. Just need more skills there. And if you're not riding this, you are losing time unquestionably, because running is not faster unless you are an absolute beast of a runner. It's not faster, so you want to be on your bike. And because I put my foot down there a few times, I've just lost so much time on Rich and this is Tony Ride. I reckon Sam Ridgman. But you know, I'm still going okay. Let's not be too hard on myself. When you came up here, the wind was blowing an absolute gale here into your face, and I thought, oh, this is proper CX, isn't it? This is what you want. Nice gale. Shame it wasn't hailing. That would have been nice. Yeah, it is an advantage to being a rider who doesn't really get cold in a race. I was wearing shorts and t-shirt. Yeah, I was fine. My son Ben raced the under-14s last race of the season. He beat Ewan Alloway by 3 seconds, which is a nice way to finish. And he was in shorts and t-shirt, and head coach at Pirate Simon Patton said, "Didn't Ben have a base layer, long sleeve base layer or something?" And it never really occurred to me, to be honest, because I race in short sleeves nearly all the time, and Ben's just got the same. I might ask him. I'll ask him, did you get cold? Because maybe that would have been better. I didn't really notice it at all. Anyway, round the corner here, it's getting really, really claggy. It's still wet, but just, you go through some thick mud, it just slows you down a lot. Just trying to find a bit of green grass, if you can. There's John, there's Kieran, there's Richard Lewis, there's this awful turn. How do you do it better? Marginally, maybe. But, I'm desperate to catch up. And that's the thing, you don't want to be catching up. You just want to be, just riding efficiently and not losing time in places, whereas I was losing time. I'm not terrible time, but just make corners and things. I just make a bit of a meal of them. Too tentative. I just need to not smash into them, but just take a bit more confidence into them. So another thing for the practice list for over the months between now and the next CX season. Here's that awful little turn. I reckon I should run it. Oh, sorry. Oops. Cut it a little bit. I just wasn't going to make it. Sorry about that. So chasing Richard down. Again, I'm hoping I can catch up to him a bit here, because I did last time. Because my power on the flat is pretty good, but I'm still a bit gutted I didn't have my heart rate on to see where I was, because yeah, there was more power in there. So no, I was pretty exhausted after this race, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who felt they were dying of hypothermia after the race. I found going through the puddle was actually pretty fast. It was quite firm underneath there, and I found I caught up with people by staying on the right rather than the left. See, I've caught up a little bit with Richard. Nice water droplet on the screen. I didn't even wipe it once, so God knows what this will be like. I'm just hoping that the amount of rain we had will clean the screen generally, but that one's a bit of an annoying one. Let's get a nice splash from Rich or something. In fact, I think during that first start there was so much acceleration. That's good. I was getting mud absolutely smashed into my eyes. Luckily, my eyes don't really mind that too much. I don't have sensitive eyes. So here we go. I'm back up with Richard. Yes, and then John's just ahead there. Kieran's ahead of there, and I'm kind of hoping. I hope these guys are dying a bit, because that took quite a lot of effort to get back. Yeah, do you know what? I don't even remember what happened in the rest of the race, apart from the last lap. So we'll have to see what happens. But suffice to say, I'm with John and Richard the whole time. Nice turn. See, there, that turn, Richard has done a better job than me, because he's just got like maybe a couple of meters. But they all add up, don't they? Here we go. Kieran's running. John is riding. John hates running. Richard's got pretty good grip out there. And let's see what I'm doing. I'm really squirreling around, but I don't know. I mean, I'm on tubs. Great grip. Maybe just too much pressure to get the most out of them. But Richard's got good traction there. I think that at what do we call it? Popham, Rich chose the wrong tyres. He had like intermediates, and he suffered for it. So I don't think he's going to make that mistake again. I bet he's on nice full muds to get the full grip you needed here. Yeah, I think someone was on Griffos. I wonder if they raced in Griffos. Who was that? I'll try and remember who said they were on Griffos, because I wouldn't have liked Griffos. Oh, I guess the only thing is if the conditions change. If they were on an early race, then they might have been okay. But by the time we started racing V40s, you wanted to be on muds. Yeah, it's got a real mess here. Wasn't quite sure where the course was. The tape had been taken off. So yeah, this is all the bit where I really kind of felt I'm just losing ground here. Richard's gone. I can't see John anymore, and I just struggle for grip there and momentum. Oh, that is I think that is Phil Banks. Very strong rider, Phil. Phil Banks, yeah. I'm not sure why Phil's so far back, to be honest. He's always at the front-ish, so maybe he had a tricky start. But yeah, he's just gone off, and I'm thinking, why am I going backwards? Why am I going backwards so much? Yeah, I did a better job on that climb, but and you get off your bike after doing that, and your legs are absolutely burning. And there goes Tim Dool. Tim, really strong runner. I bet he absolutely sprinted up the hill. He always does. Absolutely. I must ask him what is his running background, but he's got a lot of power for running and cycling, of course. But yeah, went past me. Tim often takes 1 foot out. He takes 1 foot out a lot. Now I've gone round the tree. I finally cottoned on to going round the tree. And I tried to follow Phil. It's really rutty there. Really, really deep rut. And here I thought, I'm not going to make it. But I think I almost cut across. I think so. Oh, and yeah, I was riding. And Tim's, look at him. He's so fast at running. You know, he's just very fast at running. I'm riding. Phil Banks is riding. Tim's run all that way. And he's pulling away from me. So they say, you know, if you can run faster than you can ride, then run. And, well, I mean, he's run all the way. I mean, he's still running. He's the running man. And I've come off. I did that corner so badly. Now I'm running. And I'm not running as fast as Tim. So this is where I bet you, John, you rode all of that, and I bet Richard rode nearly all that as well. And I'm running here because I haven't managed to get back on the bike, and they're disappearing. Look, Tim has run literally the whole wooded section. He's run it, and he's still got the strength to get back on his bike and power away. Very impressive. So, yeah. My lap times did slow down, but I think they slowed down for everyone. Well, they weren't terrible. 9:33 was my first full lap. Then it went to 10:02, 10:20, 10:40. But, you know, I bet most people were similar because of the conditions. And I don't see anyone whose lap time has got faster at all. It's just about those little mistakes, and just what's the fastest way through. It's just what you've got to hold on to. I need to get better at it. I will get better at it. Just more practice. So, look, it's empty in front of me. That's so annoying. So annoying. Where have they all gone? Barely see. Oh, look, I didn't even see the lap ball. It said 2 there. I didn't notice it. I had no idea how long I had to go. I think I looked once at my Garmin. It said 26 minutes. I think I was racing for 47 minutes. So, you know, it was hurting, but I didn't feel terrible. Who is this? That is not Phil Banks. He's gone. And his numbers I can't see it. There's Tim Dool in front of me. I think this side of the course I was a bit better than other parts of the course. You know, the woods, I really struggled in the woods, and the tricky corners. So John's not too far away. I don't know where Richard Lewis has gone. He seems to have flown the coop, as they say. But I'm hoping he's going to come back at some point. Wow. Richard's such a racer. He's the only person I know whose last lap was faster than his previous one. It's because he was racing me and John who wanted to beat us. That's why he's so hard to beat. I think Richard's going to be V40s like me as well. So Richard, I think this time let's have a bet. We'll have a bet for something. Pay for a night out or something. Sorry. Or messed it up. We'll have a bet. We'll do something like that. That'll be a fun bet for V40s. So look, there's 4 of them ahead, and I'm feeling really left out now because they've gone and I'm stuck here behind chasing. So I haven't lost spirit, but I'm just thinking I want to be up there. I've got to go harder here, and I was trying. I was definitely trying. I was trying to go faster here and start to bring them back. Only to lose them in another half a lap, but you got to go where you're strong, you know. So yeah, I'm just trying to go through here as fast as I can. And look, someone's coming back to me. It's John, and I'm hoping John's feeling really tired. It's my hope. And there's Richard as well. So good. I haven't lost them completely. We're still doing okay. So I'm thinking I'm going to try and get into John's wheel and have him drag me up the hill. And then Jorge pops out of nowhere. Jorge hasn't done many races this year, this season, so nice to see him back. And obviously in really good form. So yeah, you can see he was very strong. And I just thought I'm going to stick on Jorge's wheel. I hope he drags me up to John, because I'm pretty knackered here, and it's a bit of a grind, isn't it, up here? So I'm already at this point thinking, oh God, I'm going to have to go, it's not that long, I'm going to have to go into the woods again, and what's going to happen there? Every time I went in there, it was a bit of I do not know what's going to happen. When you see the cyclopark video, there's this frightening off-camber, which when the V40s rode, every time you ran up to the top of the 45 stairs, and then the top of the hill was basically frozen sheet ice, and you had to ride an off-camber, and you couldn't run on it really, so you just had to try and cycle it somehow. And every time I went up there, I thought another roll of the dice I thought in my head, because I didn't have a clue as to what was going to happen. And every time I went into the woods, it was almost a bit like that. I mean, it wasn't as bad as that because, you know, oh, okay, Jorge, nice little turn there. And I think I'm running as well. I think I saw Jorge do that, you know, and like a sheep, I thought maybe I should just run as well. Jorge's a good runner too. I think he does or did triathlons. So he's remounted. I think that's me remounting there. And you know, Richard's spinning, John's spinning, Jorge's spinning, and yeah, those are the sections where I lose rather than gain against people who are the same strength as me. So that's another thing I'm going to work on. Not losing time here. Down we go. But I'm desperate not to get dropped. But you know, it's easier said than done, isn't it? Easier said than done. Just trying to get a better line here. Going a little bit left instead of all the way right, straight line it, and that was a better line. Unfortunately, I only managed it once, I think. Drop down, trying to get some of the grass right against the tape, cut across, and try and straight line it. But I'm not getting anything on Jorge. He was very strong and consistent again. And then we're going to go on this drop down here where I was losing time on this section, but I was determined to keep my both feet in the pedals here and try and power, which I think I did here, but I still slowed down massively. Don't know what was going on there. I almost want to get on my bike now and go and try it again, but it's 7:47 on a Friday night, and that's not really going to happen, is it? Yeah, this was tricky. Do you go high? Bit of a waste of energy, but the ground is better. Or do you just go through the slop? Tried them both. Nothing seemed to work, to be honest. And then dropped down here. I stayed left and then tried to build up speed, but it just didn't work for me. It got worse and worse trying to get up this hill. I mean, I don't think anyone really was riding it. Maybe Paul Lloyd and Paul Lloyd and Andy Gardner and Adrian Lansley were riding. I don't know. I bumped into Adrian at the end. I said, he said he was just having a quick chat about it. I said, how'd you get on? Oh yeah, I won. How nice is that to say that? Well, he is the world champion, so fair play. The closely fought battle in the. You know what? I don't know who's won the national trophy. I wonder who's won it. I'll have to check. It's all a bit complicated. So you obviously got the national trophy, 5 rounds. This was terrible. Come down there. I forgot about that crash. You've got 5 rounds of the national trophy plus the championships, and your ranking points from all your regional races plus your trophy races goes into making your national ranking. I think something like the top 20 places get points, both in your regional race and in your national races. Although there's this other peculiarity which I do not understand. Races are like A, B, or C, or something like that, So depending on which class it is, you get more points, I think. Anyway, I don't understand it. So somebody's going to be top of the national ranking. Someone's going to be winning the national trophy series, and I don't know who that is. Maybe Paul's won it, maybe Adrian's won it, or maybe it's someone else. There's a lot of heavy hitters on the national circuit, and the Wessex League, I think that Paul Lloyd has just won it from Andy Gardner, and he started really well. He's absolutely at the top. Goes like the clappers, all season. But I think he won like 3 races at the start or something. I think it's just pipped him. Well done to both of you. Very, very fine racing. I've got a funny feeling from talking to Paul on Sunday morning that he might be going up to V40s as well. I'm not sure, but I think it's a few of us, definitely me and Richard Lewis, maybe a few others. Wessex League V40s. I'm a bit biased, but it's a really tough league, tough category. Who was it? Rob Ford, who rides for PNAC. He finished 23rd in this race. Oh, so did I just go by there? I don't know. I was just looking at my phone and someone realised I overtook someone. Maybe it was a black mark. Anyway, Rob Ford, he did I think it was the Royal Air Force Cyclocross Championships in Hillingdon or something last week, and he came second. So well done on V40s. But Rob's strong. Finished 23rd, but he's finishing second in that other league. It is a bloody tough V40s category. There's John and Richard's there, so I am pleased. I mean, I've fallen down in the woods, so I'm still plugging away. I've not given up, because it's a long time to maintain the same power. So I'm still holding some hope that I can get over to it. And I'm thinking, oh come on, who's going to get the kudos for finishing ahead of the other with 6 wins to 5? It's going to be me or Richard, and that drags us up to John. Who's that? I don't know who that is. The nice thing is that I beat Rob Ditcham. which is lovely. Lovely to beat Rob Ditcham. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Terrible. That was me slapping my hand for that move. Terrible. I should have run it. 200. Who's that? 200. Jim Blanchard from Bournemouth Cycle Works. Hello, John. Chasing after Richard again. Deja vu. And by now, I think I've kind of realised it must be the last lap. I mean, it is funny, isn't it? Your brain just does not function very well when you're at a race. Things that you think are easy to understand, but thinking about it, I didn't really realise it. There's Martin Pegler. Now I'm behind Richard, and I'm cutting across, and there's John Wheeler there. And there's Richard looking at me. Now, here's something that I only discovered on the last lap. Really, because Richard pushed me left there, I stayed on the left, and the grip was much better. I don't know why I was going right all the time, but I thought, wow, this is definitely faster. So that was my GoPro turning off. So, yeah, it just goes to show that there are multiple lines, and if you use your brain, you can make some time up. So I don't know who the Satonia rider is. Not quite sure. Maybe that's Philip Smith. Anyway, I've overtaken Richard. I think I've overtaken that Satonia rider. I think that might be Philip Smith. I don't know who that is. Anyway, there's John ahead of me, so I'm going after John. I'm thinking, right, this is the last lap. I am on all I have to do is get through this section and go through the woods. And now I'm behind John. So, kind of feeling pretty good that I'm still there, to be honest. But also dreading these technical bits where every time John and Richard have done better than me. So I can't remember what I do. I don't know whether to run or bike, to be honest. And John's ridden. He's running, so I'm running. If he's running, I'm definitely running. He's sprinting, so I'm right up behind him. And I bet you any money Richard Lewis is on my heels. John does something that's interesting. A few people do it, and I don't know how they do it, but it feels really unnatural to me. He steps onto his pedal first, and there goes Richard. Damn, just flew by. He steps on his pedal first, and then gets his leg over in kind of, I guess it must be a two-step movement. That is. I mean, that's not how we coach it. It's straight on, but interesting. Where did you get that technique from? And look, I've lost all this time. How have I lost all that time? Every time. And Richard, this is, I said Richard's last lap was not his fastest, but faster than one before. This is what he's done. He's going for the win. He's and I've taken a terrible line through there. I didn't lose too much, but I'm desperate, and when you get desperate, you make silly mistakes. Here, I just no grip whatsoever. And Richard's run, good move. I think I'm running now. I came to a stop there because I wasn't getting anywhere. John's running, and I think, oh God, they're getting away from me. No, look at that. Richard looks like he's far miles away. Obviously, we're going faster, so it makes it feel worse. But I was like, oh, how did this happen? I was ahead of Richard. I was on John's wheel, and now look at me. I'm bloody miles away. So there's nothing to do but keep plugging away. But this is the thing. How do you break the pattern of, at the start of this section when you're on the wheel or ahead, to going through here and you're losing time, lots of time. And yeah, I just couldn't find a solution to that, which is all the fun of CX, isn't it? When you do find those solutions, it's brilliant. John's got off, and Richard is already at the top of the hill, feeling smug, hopefully hurting a lot, and me and John are chugging after him, thinking, oh no, how has this happened? But he's done it. There you go, 1 foot onto the pedal and then on. And this is desperate because you're putting so much power in, you're just not going anywhere, no speed whatsoever. And I do know it is the last lap. Somehow I know. And here I'm thinking, right, here's my only chance. What's going to happen here? And I'm pretty knackered at this point. Dropping down, I go into the bushes a bit, and I get this all wrong. Oh no. No, I think, oh, that's it, that's torn it. So I'm just running this time. I think I'm gonna do a Tim Dool here and just keep running, and maybe John will have a bit of a mare. And look, he does. Oh, that was so frustrating. Wait, look at that. It's so slow doing that. It's so slow. I just run straight past him. So I go, yes, this is good. I don't know who's that in blue, but I think he was in our. I think we were racing. He was in our race. I don't know. I think maybe that's Philip Smith. Anyway, I'm still running. John's behind me. I think I've got to get on my bike now. In fact, I don't even know what I was thinking. I mean, Tim Dool ran the whole thing. There's Richard Lewis. The guy in blue is running. This is the last bit up to the straight. I messed this up. I felt I'm still running here. Still running. And I'm thinking, I need to get on the bike here or else I'm stuffed, because it's the fastest way is to be running here. I try to get on. I can't. And I kind of think I've left a gap here because I think it's only fair. I don't block John from riding, and he's riding there. Off he goes. And I'm still running, and I think, oh dear. But yeah, I don't think it's fair to block him. I mean, I guess it's a race, so you could, but I didn't want to, so I got off the side. So it came down to, was I able to remount on the flat when I was absolutely knackered, when you've only got one chance to do it, and I couldn't do it, so I had to run, and I lost that place to John, and Richard was just ahead. And that was it. So I didn't slow down. I might have looked behind me, but I don't know if I did. No, I didn't. I mean, there was no one behind me. It was the four of us, me, John, Philip and Richard together. I mean, Tim Dool and Jorge were just ahead as well. We were pretty close. And so, here we go. Past the Pirates. Thank you for the cheering. Past Tonia. Some people dropping into the woods. Around the corner, I think that's Phil Carline, who I've seen around. I think he might have children who race nationals as well. And here's the finish. Quite a bleak finish, not the usual lots of figure around the finish, because the conditions were so cold and miserable. And there you go, my last ever V40s race. There's Rich, top man. There's John, top man. Good battle, good racing. Everyone just wants to go home. So yeah, I'll leave it there. It's been great riding with the V40s. Had a lot of fun. It's nice having Dan Walton do some videos as well. So yeah, have a good break before the next season. I'm sure nearly all of you will be back for some more fun and frolics. Some of you might join me with V50s. See a lot of you at the Wessex prize giving. And maybe I think I've never done a road race before, so maybe I might try a couple or something. See how it goes. But yeah, take care everyone, and see you soon.
Thank you. Okay, topsy-turvy. Okay. Shall I come down? Yeah. No, I'll come down and get it. Tough. Really tough. Good. Where's Phil? Oh, he's finished. Yeah.
There's Paddy, well done Paddy. There's Bruce Gregory. Oh, who won out of those two? Oh, Paddy just won. Oh, there's Matt Heathcote. Well done Matt. There's Sarah Morgan, off to race her race. Unfortunately, my dry clothes got wet, so it's pretty miserable. There's Helen Pattinson, off to race.
Yeah, it was so tricky. Just like the uphills, you're definitely more technical, as the video will show.
Just stumbling back to the car.
Well done, John.
Right, I'm going to stop it there. There's John. See you, John.
Well done. Alright.
My hands stopped working.
Ready?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, it's hot.
Hot?
Yeah.
I'm like hot spice.
They're yours hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're a small one. Thank you, mate. Yeah, that was good, sir. That was quite tough, that one. Yeah. Oh my god.